All right, I'm not in trouble. I'm maybe in paradise, you could say. I'm at Cars at the Station here at the Michigan Central, the newly renovated. It's been about a year, I think, since it opened, right? Something like that. Anyway, they've kind of merged this with what they were doing with Radwood previous year. And yeah, we've been blessed with some great weather. So first car I'm going to talk about is this Ford Torino. This is a 69. I think I shot some video of this one earlier just because it's such nice proximity to Michigan Central in the background. The guy got here at like 6 a.m., which, you know, given the lateness in the year, it's dark at this time. I believe he said it's a 380 V8, but it's the performance version of it. And I just really like the, first of all, the gold stripes on the red bodywork, but also the C-pillar, so A, no B-pillar, and how the C-pillar just merges into the back. Very cool looking car. And it's a manual transmission. That's always a bonus. Very nice. Very eclectic group. Anything cool or interesting is free to show up. Here's one. This is basically based on a 1967 Belvedere, and I hope the camera can pick up the glow of the paint job. It's like a burgundy metal flake, but I think you probably saw it. There's been extensive modifications, and it's got the Hellcat engine in it. So this is a modern Hemi V8, 6.2 liter supercharged. You know the sound this thing makes when it screams out of here. You've heard it before. But not only did they put the engine in, but they also integrate the seats and the instrument panel. How they fit all this in there, I don't know. I'm sure there's some maybe functions that don't work on the Uconnect 8.4 system. I'm familiar with that. But fantastic vehicle. So this is... The body says Belvedere GTX. Everything else about it says Hellcat. And one thing I'll point out, the owner was showing me very nicely too. I'm gonna lay down here and sacrifice my body to show you how wide the tires are in the back. Very cool. Glad to see some Saab love showing up. See, it's a 900 turbo convertible with lots of CDs. Look at that. He's not even worried about anybody stealing his CDs. He's just out there for the fun. Most people would be like, not even sure what I'd do with that. But this is going on right now at the Michigan Central in Detroit. Somebody in my neighborhood has the last 9.3 that was sold in the US. Like, they had just upgraded it when GM declared bankruptcy. Where they find parts for these things, I don't know. So I'm just going to give a quick pan around and then do a little detail of this rat rod here. It's a funny vehicle. So you can see massive V8 engine, no mufflers. So this thing is going to be loud when it comes out of here. And that's the coolant overflow down there. And also, one of the best part is all the various touches. So camel, towing, and hot rod. You get it? You get it? All right, so you got the vintage. If you have an old house, you know what that is. You got the commode down there, and the handles are also from a probably demolished bathroom. It's a really cool car, and especially on these cars, it seems like having stickers and little subtle hidden messages and some not so hidden messages. This would be a fun car, fun to piss off the neighbors with, right? So let's continue down. Lady just came by and said the beer garden is open. I can smell food though. There's a lot of food. Grilling meats.
If it stays in, how?
A little bit of a camber on that, Miata. Oh, you're good. Oh, it's a Malibu. I was going to say this is a Chevelle, but nope, it's a Malibu. A very gorgeous paint job. And then you have the 1986 Indy Pace Car Corvette. Another C7 Corvette. Stingray. Good looking Ford Bronco there. Boy, the resale value on those, or the collectability on those, have just skyrocketed ever since Ford brought it back. And here's a great example of a late 80s Lincoln VII. No, Mark 7. But I'm wondering, I don't even know. I have kids, they're older now though. I'm not even sure if they teach Roman numerals anymore. They barely teach script. And I get it, because all the things you can spend time on telling them how to use and not to use AI is probably more important than how to recognize Roman numerals, except for the Super Bowl. Nobody cares anyway about what Super Bowl edition it is, except football nerds. And I'm going to steer you in the direction of the cars that maybe I'm always most interested in, like this GMC Typhoon. And I don't know, I don't think they offered colors this cool. But, you know, back in the early 90s, this is kind of a color you would see. I want to say I had a snow jacket that was kind of like that color, like that. You know, you'd see that a lot in, if you look skiing videos or anything outdoorsy in that early 90s. There's some colors that did not age well, but this car looks great. Has some modifications to it. The wheels are not original. You could tell the headlights are some kind of LED, but great looking. There's a Dodge Polara. With some very cool looking wheels. Yep, no problem. This has a 383. And this one I was looking at earlier, I just thought it was really pretty. The Mercury station wagon, and especially you can see how, you know, the chrome, but then it also reflects in the headlight bezels, so you get like this cool pattern in the front of it. And every bit of chrome on this thing is been polished, refinished, or who knows, maybe in some cases it just lasted better because they used I don't know, better chemicals back there. It's silver blue metallic. And again, a lot of these cars, they pride themselves with some of the accessories. So like vintage accessories, you'd go on a camping trip. Very functional flat floor, actually, when you fold it down. And I dig how, you know, back in the day, interior color, exterior color, you just make a match. Why not? You don't see that much, although I don't know that from a build complexity standpoint, it would just cause a lot of problems. Making my way up, and there's a whole nother section to my left that I'm going to venture down as well. It's a 50 Mercury. I did a video on that if anybody's interested. Cool story from the owner. Oh, these are the ones. So this is a Ford Pursuit FPV. So this is a Ute, and this is from Australia. So you can see here, this one, the owner just took possession of it, and some of these get converted from right-hand drive to left-hand drive. So this is an original Australian right-hand drive with a manual, and this is the Ford version of it, the Ford Performance version of it. It's got a 5.4 liter V8, and he was telling me how actually the heads on it, I'll probably do a remake of this video after the live version. The heads on it are different than the US version, so the vehicle just arrived through ocean going container and through customs, has a bit of a misfire, and to fix it, he's got to get more parts, just like spark plugs from all the way from Australia. So very cool vehicle, but not my favorite Ute. I'm more of a GM guy, or a Holden. So this is the GM Performance Ute. I believe this is an SSV. If it's not an SSV, it sure looks like it. And the story on this one is, so there's a company in Colorado, I think it's called Left-Hand Drive Ute, maybe. I'll put a link in afterwards. But it says SS, not SSV. But they import just the parts into the country, and then they make a left-hand drive version of it. In some cases, they're able to get parts from like donor Pontiac G8s, because that was the same platform, and they made a left-hand drive version for the US. But you can see this now has the steering wheel on the opposite side. This has the Chevy small block in it, and again, these are only two-door, two-seaters, but essentially they just carve up. You can see when he has the hood open, there was a big hole over there. They weld it up. They make a big hole over here and just move everything over, and they're able to convert it. And the reason why they're able to import these is because they just bring in a whole bunch of parts, slowly reassembling the vehicle into the US. And eventually they're able to take care of that. So great color too. It's this metallic green you can see here. And there's the Holden logo on this Ute.
Down there by that blue thing.
Let's see. As we go up here, and then I'm going to make the left-hand turn. Got a Oldsmobile Hearst Olds over here. These were cool. This is back in the early 80s. You know, they were still trying to figure out how to make V8s powerful again. And so vehicles like this, they did their best. This and like the Monte Carlo SS, usually it was only in white, the early ones. But this is let's see, what year is this? It's 83. Not as cool as the Buick GNX, which said, you know what, we're just gonna forget about trying to make V8s powerful again and just throw a turbocharged V6 in it, and it worked pretty damn good. Let me step to the side so I don't get run over. It's a Mazda Miata that looks like it does some autocrossing. And a lifted Subaru that looks like it could do some rally crossing. This supposedly this opened up at, I think it was 9 a.m., but they have just been coming in nonstop. Here's a Lamborghini Huracan Gallardo, I think is, or Starato. That's right, Starato was the off-road package. So you can see here, I'll get down low. It's got some off-road lights, lifted suspension. What are those? Dueler tires. So they've got some off-road tread on them. Not meant for rock crawling, but if you want to go off-road and on a dirt road, spit up some rocks, it'd be a great car to do it with. And then you have a Porsche GT2 RS with some great carbon fiber work. That Lamborghini was new. Wasn't there before. You have the new generation Ford GT. Oops. A Corvette Z06. I'll go around here, and this is a Fiat Topolino. So this is an electric city car. Actually, I think the term would be an LSV, a low-speed vehicle, or an NEV, a neighborhood vehicle in the U.S., but they don't sell them.
Guided meditation, all from the front seat of your car.
And it would probably be on the more expensive side and competing with luxury golf carts. So kind of a hard market to crack here in the U.S., but it'd be nice if they allowed some of them to come in.
You can check out the link in the display just to the right of the stage. Visit the
And this side is a little bit more of the Radwood side. So typically those are 80s and 90s, and once you get past partying like it's 1999, they don't let you in anymore. Oh, this is so this is a Ford appearance package for the Mustang, trying to give it a rad, I believe they said 80s look. I think it's early 90s, to be honest. That's where I would put it at. And I actually did just a rendering of what this could look like on the Mach-E, using the white rally wheels from the Mach-E. It's pretty cool. Ford does a good job, I think, of keeping up interest in their vehicles by coming out with new packages. And I think they're going to have to do that for some of their vehicles, like the Mach-E. There's no planned replacement for that for quite a while, so they're just going to have to get creative in new trim packages. It's a Cougar. It's a Cougar car. Get it right. The Lincoln Mark 7, the Ford Thunderbird. Let's see, I don't see a Ford Thunderbird around here. But this was the Cougar was the notchback version because that was more fancy. And I don't know if the Mark 7 was based on the same platform as the Thunderbird and Cougar, but it seems like it would be. Can't say for sure, wouldn't risk my life on it, but I'm just gonna say yes. Here's a Pontiac Grand Prix. Oh, this is the SE. Kind of looked more like the STE, but I guess it is not. So this is a nicely finished version of it. Is this the GM10 platform? Is that what it was called? Oh no, you can go ahead.
When you take the doors off, you can't take the windows up. The doors are off.
So this is a 89. Let's go over here. Allow this Mustang GT350 to swing on by. Gold stripes remind me of the Hertz edition of it that they sold briefly out in California. Lucid has some engineering offices out here. This is a Imperial, not a Chrysler Imperial Crown. Wow. I'm gonna guess this is like a 1960. Because I did a video on a 57, and this looks a little bit more newer than that. It's like a champagne finish, or rose gold, right? Yeah, rose gold, sure.
Hi there, welcome. Let me know if you have any questions, sir.
1960, nailed it. Damn. That's sad. I'm getting good at recognizing cars. Oh, very cool. And in that video, if you happen to see it, it's like it had a more of like a cockpit look to it, but this is also very cool. Why I keep fascinating over stuff like that, but yeah, still push button gear selectors. Let's see, is the turn signal still? Yep, no stalk still, so the turn signal must be somewhere. Oh, there it is, left, right. And instead of that full cockpit, they have like two round, I'll let you decide what it is, but look at the how big the font is. Gasoline. You got the gas gauge, temperature gauge. You know, cars weren't as reliable back then. You know, they were definitely expressive, but you had to keep an eye on the voltage and the temperature and the oil pressure, because you could just be driving down the road and suddenly there'd be none or too much, whatever is the bigger error. So I think I'm going to wrap it up here, and thank you. Have a good day.